Hello, my name is Dominick Knowles, and here's my speech titled My Hero. I would like to talk about the greatest, strongest, most influential person I've ever met. This person has seen the worst of the worst, yet has never quit. Many know her by her name, Shanika Gray, but I have the privilege of knowing her as Mom. My mother is the perfect display of what a mother should be, and she has inspired me to be as much of a hero as she was. I chose to pay tribute to my mother because she has truly been a hero in my life. No matter what dangers show up, she's always been there for me, and she's always cared for me. My mother was someone that everyone could depend on. She was there for everyone. And everyone around her could see the faith, love, and wisdom that she lived and taught to us while she was alive. My mother always led me and my siblings through any situation by faith, not by sight. So that's where I'll begin. Big thing to know about my mother is that she loved God, and she was very careful to make sure that we grew up in the church and that we grew up knowing who God was. That's one of the things I thank her for the most. You could see the faith in every step she took, and you could see that she always kept the faith when things were hard. A great example of this, two great examples of it, really, is when we all came up to America for the first time back in 2010, and we came up with a few family members. We didn't grow up with much, but we had enough to get by. So when we were trying to get an apartment to fit all of us, the bill was high, of course. Eventually, things got rough. They were looking bad. So all the family members that came up with us turned their back on us, and they went back home. So it was just my mother, me, and my three siblings to fend for ourselves. Eventually, we were homeless. We actually ended up being homeless 3 times, but that never stopped my mother. She always kept the faith, kept going, and never quit. And she was successful. Also, did I mention that she had 4 kids doing this whole thing? My mom loved us, no matter what, and was always there for us, which brings me to my next point. She was a real family first kind of lady. She did all she could for us. If we were ever in need of something, she would go to the ends of the earth to make sure we had it. She, you could say, almost loved us to a fault. To put it bluntly, to put it simply, she was just short of being extremely overprotective. It's like overprotective, then there's like, she brings a whole nother level to it. Because it's like if anyone breathed to us the wrong way, she was immediately in attack mode. It's crazy. But she also sacrificed for us. She was always willing to sacrifice if it meant that we would be happy. And if it meant that she would go hungry, we would eat, she was willing to do it. If it meant that we had clothes on our back and she didn't, she was willing to pay that price. She also always stuck her neck out for others. If anyone was in need, if we ever had any extra food or anything like that could help others out, she always provided. She was also wise enough to know not to let anyone too close, and this brings me to my next point. My mother always displayed wisdom in everything she did and in every lesson she taught us. So my mother, she always knew just what to say, but not exactly how to say it. Whether it was teaching me or encouraging other people, other adults, anyone, she always had the perfect message. It always came with the best intentions. But the words she chose, they were a little iffy. They were very blunt, to put it simply. She didn't care how she told the truth, as long as you knew the truth. And it was going to help you, of course. She also practiced what she preached constantly, without fail. I never saw her back down from what she was teaching us. Whenever as we went on through life, she was always sure to really lead us, not just point us in the right direction, lead us down the right path. She also prepared us for life early on. So, putting it bluntly, my mother died when I was 17. I never realized how much she prepared me and my siblings for life until after she was gone. Another thing was that she rarely taught us through words, but through action. So, in the 38 years that she was alive, in the time that I had with her, which was 17 years, she always led by doing, doing, doing. She rarely used words when she was trying to convey her message. It was always, she always did the right thing, not just told us the right thing. It's as if she was the antithesis of the whole saying, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, she wasn't like that. I would love to go on and on about how wonderful a woman my mother was, but sadly, there's not enough time in the world or this speech to do that. My mother was a hero. She always demonstrated faith, love, and wisdom wherever she went, and no matter what, she was always there for me. My mom taught me through her actions that anyone could be a hero. They need only be willing to sacrifice and help others in need. Another thing is, not all heroes wear capes. I believe that is true for not just my mom, but all of us. I hope that everyone would follow the example that my mom set in the 38 years she was alive and be a hero in someone's life, similar to how she was a hero in mine. Thank you.